The 2026 World Cup is going to be the biggest, weirdest, most complicated tournament in soccer history. And yeah, it is kind of a mess. But once you see how it actually works, it makes sense. Mostly? First, forget everything you know about the World Cup. This one breaks all the rules. For the first time ever, it is in 3 countries. The United States, Canada, and Mexico are all hosting together. 1 tournament, 3 national anthems, 16 cities, 2 languages, 3 currencies, and enough frequent flyer miles to make your head spin. It is called the United Bid. They won it back in 2018, beating Morocco. The idea was simple: share the cost, share the stadiums, share the spotlight. The reality is way more complicated. But the biggest change is the number of teams. For decades, the World Cup had 32 teams, 8 groups of 4, nice and clean. 3 games each in the group stage. Top 2 move on, 16 teams in the knockout round. It was perfect math. In 2026, we are jumping to 48 teams. That is 50% more countries, 50% more games, and a whole new format that has never been used before in any major tournament. So how do you fit 48 teams into a tournament without it lasting 3 months? FIFA had a plan, and people hated it. The first idea was 16 groups of 3 teams. Each team would play 2 group games instead of 3. The top 2 would move on. The problem is obvious if you think about it. In a group of 3, the last game is played by 2 teams, while the third team sits and watches. That means 2 teams could easily agree to a tie if that result puts them both through and knocks out the team that already played. It is called collusion, and it has happened before. At the 1982 World Cup, West Germany and Austria played a game that became known as the disgrace of Gijon. They stopped attacking after Germany scored early, because a 1-0 win put them both through and eliminated Algeria. Fans burned money in the stands. FIFA changed the rules, so final group games happen at the same time. But with groups of 3, you cannot do that. So after years of backlash from fans, coaches, and players, FIFA scrapped the 3-team group idea in 2023. Here is what we are actually getting: 12 groups of 4 teams. That means 12 group winners, 12 second-place teams, and here is where it gets messy. The 8 best third-place teams also move on. Add that up. 12 plus 12 plus 8 equals 32 teams in the knockout stage. So yes, the round of 32 is now a thing. It is like the old round of 16, but doubled. We have never had a round of 32 at a World Cup. It means 4 extra knockout games right away. That means the tournament goes from 64 games total to 104 games total. 40 extra games of World Cup soccer. That is 62% more soccer. If you plan to watch them all, clear your calendar. A team that makes the final will now play 8 games instead of 7. The whole thing runs for 39 days, from June 11th to July 19th, 2026. That is actually only 1 week longer than the 32-team version, which means the schedule is packed. Teams will have 3 days rest between some games instead of 4. Injuries, fatigue, and squad rotation are going to decide this tournament as much as talent. Now let's talk about the host cities, because this is where the chaos really starts. 16 cities across 3 countries, 11 in the United States: Seattle, San Francisco Bay Area, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Kansas City, Atlanta, Miami, Boston, Philadelphia, and New York, New Jersey. 3 in Mexico: Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. And 2 in Canada: Toronto and Vancouver. Each city will host between 5 and 9 games. Mexico City's famous Estadio Azteca becomes the first stadium ever to host games in 3 different World Cups. It had 1970 with Pelé's Brazil. It had 1986 with Maradona's Hand of God and Goal of the Century. Now it gets the opening game of 2026. History lives there, but the travel is insane. Vancouver to Miami is 3,000 miles. That is a 6-hour flight across 4 time zones. A team could play its first game in Vancouver, its second game in Miami 5 days later, then fly back to Los Angeles for the round of 32. That is 12 hours in the air during the group stage alone. Players are already worried about jet lag, recovery, and soft tissue injuries. Coaches are worried about how to train. Fans are worried about booking flights and hotels. Your team could be playing in 3 different countries in 2 weeks. Your wallet is not ready. FIFA says the groups are supposed to be regional to help with travel. The 16 cities are split into 3 regions: West, Central, and East. The West has Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Central has Guadalajara, Monterrey, Mexico City, Houston, Dallas, and Kansas City. East has Atlanta, Miami, Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, and New York, New Jersey. The idea is that your group stage games will all be in one region, but nothing is guaranteed. And once the knockouts start, all bets are off. A team could win its group in Seattle, then get sent to Miami for the round of 32, then to Dallas for the round of 16. And the final? That is in New Jersey. MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Giants and Jets, gets the biggest game on Earth. It will seat over 82,000 people after renovations. It beat out Dallas and Los Angeles for the final. Los Angeles gets the third-place game. Dallas gets a semifinal. Atlanta gets the other semifinal. Canada and Mexico both get knockout games, but the last 8 games are all in the United States. Canada's last game will be the round of 32. Mexico's last game will be the round of 16. Now for the messiest part. Qualifying. With 48 teams, almost a quarter of all countries in FIFA get in. 211 countries fight for 48 spots. That sounds easy, but it is not. That means we are going to see countries in the World Cup that have never been there before, or have not been there in decades. Think about it. Countries like Venezuela, which has never qualified. Countries like China, with 1 billion people, which has only been once. Countries like Uzbekistan, Burkina Faso, or Curacao could make it. That is awesome for growing the game. A kid in Mali or Jordan can now dream of the World Cup, and it is actually possible. But it also means the group stage will have some huge mismatches. You could see France versus a country ranked 150 in the world. You could see Brazil versus a team of semi-pro players. Some games might be 10-0. The record for biggest World Cup win is Hungary 9, South Korea 0 in 1954. That record might fall. FIFA says that is okay. They want more countries involved. They say it grows soccer globally and gives more fans a piece of the tournament. More TV money, too. Critics say it waters down the tournament, that the group stage will be boring, that the real World Cup will not start until the round of 32. Both things can be true. But it is also going to be the biggest sporting event in human history. More games than any World Cup ever. More countries than any World Cup ever. More fans in stadiums than any World Cup ever. They are expecting 5.5 million tickets sold. More stories than ever before. For the first time, you could see Canada win a World Cup game. They have never done it. You could see Mexico make the quarterfinals at home. You could see a tiny nation like Panama or Jamaica score its first ever World Cup goal, and the whole country shuts down to celebrate. You could see Messi's last dance if he makes it at 39 years old. You could see the next superstar's first dance, a 17-year-old kid who becomes a legend in 39 days. It is messy. It is chaotic. It is ambitious. It is imperfect. It is the 2026 World Cup. And whether you love the new format or hate it, whether you think it is brilliant or broken, you are going to be watching. Because it is the World Cup. And nothing else in sports feels like this.